What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. This is going to be an epic video, and you might ask, why am I filming it now? It looks like a different day from what it's going to be in the next 10 seconds, or the next, after I talk for a little bit, but in the end of the video. I just got back from driving the cheap Jeep, the Jeep Cherokee. You've seen it in a couple other videos. I know there's been like 10 or 12 subscribers from those videos, so this is for you. The cheap Jeep update. So, this Jeep, $600 total invested up until about a week ago. Alright, so I got the Jeep for free. It had been crashed. I fixed the front end, put a new grill on it. The steering wheel's still crooked. And built this big bull bar for the front just because, you know, it's twerked. So, anyways, I put new tires on it. So my $600 Jeep became a $1,000 Jeep. They're the cheapest tires you can buy from Discount Tire discounters, whatever it is. And let me tell you, ride quality increased exponentially. Okay? So, drove to Cleveland, you'll see in this video, to ride mountain bikes at Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park. It was an epic fun weekend. Got to see Justin, got to see Calvin, did some super fun stuff, so definitely stay tuned for that. But I do want to give you one piece of sound logic and advice from Mr. Rad at the Rad Potential YouTube channel. Buy a beater daily driver. It is the best investment you can make in a car, in the automotive industry ever. Aside from boutique cars that appreciate in value as they get older, right? The daily driver is a vehicle that you obviously have to maintain it, right? You got to change the oil, you got to keep tires on it, you got to, maybe fix some cheap stuff here and there, the brakes. It needs to be somewhat reliable. Don't go buying a Ferrari for a daily unless you can afford it. If you can, kudos to you. But for those average folks out there like me, get a cheap daily. It won't depreciate, because depreciation is the most expensive part of owning a vehicle that you don't think you know about, because you're going to think about maintenance costs, you're going to think about the price of the car, but what you're not going to think about is how much your car costs or could sell for after you've put 50,000 miles on it. I've put 35,000 miles on this Jeep. How much money do I have in it? $1,000. What's it worth? Probably $1,000. Whether it had those 30,000 miles on it or not, it's still worth the same amount, right? So find a daily that fits that bill. Enjoy the video. The cheap Jeep is a tank, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's sick, and it's now got the banner. So let's go to Cleveland. Alright guys, it's the morning. It's the morning before Ray's Mountain Bike Park. The cold white north has all my windows frozen up, so I improvise an ice scraper because I live in the south and don't have to deal with this. This is a tire changing plastic iron attached to a vice grip. And we scrape the windows clean. So let's go play bikes. Jeep's doing fantastic. Arguably the best cheap $500, $600, now $1,000 Jeep because I put tires on it. You can't beat it. I mean, you just can't beat it. So, 10-minute drive over to the bike joint. You got the DJ in the back. Custom ice scraper. Keep that glove box. And let's go play bikes. Cheap Jeep worth of windshield wipers. All it went away. Sweet. Alright, let's get in. It's only 16 degrees, I checked. We're almost to Canada, guys. This is like one of the northern boundaries of the United States. Sick, we're here.
Of course, Eric is not available at the moment to do his normal intro, so I'm here substituting because it's towards the end of the day here on this adventure to Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park. And I got promoted to camera guy because, quite frankly, I've been riding since 11 o'clock and it's 6:30. So I'm pretty tired. Legs are kind of wore out. So, and I mean, some people may call it a demotion, but I'm calling it a promotion because I don't hurt myself doing something stupid that I shouldn't be trying to do. So, we're going to do some videoing here, a little filming, try and show you all what we're seeing.
I forgot how small they were.
Alright now folks, for the main event of the night, we've got me running on TV and Eric jumping into a foam pit.
Alright, so, mad shout out not to Taco Bell, because I drove all the way up this huge hill in the snow, and they're not even open. It's like 9:30. They got a big breakfast sign. They're not going to sell me breakfast, so we had to get McDonald's instead. Mad unfortunate. So the Jeep's two-wheel drive, which is fantastic for just like reliability, things not failing, having to deal with like your front drive shaft and transfer case and all that crap. But when you take a trip to Canada, having a two-wheel drive Jeep kind of sucks. So fortunately, they're pretty good at keeping the roads clean up here. And the other thing, when my Jeep was involved in its accident that made it cheap, the wiper washer thing was smashed. So it's like playing strategy to get up behind the right car so you can get enough water on you to clean your windshield and run the wipers. But then you have to be smart about waiting a little bit to run the wiper until they're wet enough. Otherwise, you get it all streaky, and that's no bueno. So we continue going south. Oh, yeah, you can see a little bit. Alright, guys, we just arrived back at the Rad Ranch from a road trip to basically Canada. Okay, we drove to Cleveland, Ohio to ride bikes, as you saw. Had a super awesome time. Met up with Justin, another person involved in the Rad Potential stuff, and Calvin, who is also involved in getting cars and stuff done for the Rad Potential stuff, which is sick to see everybody. 5-hour drive for them, 9-hour drive for me in the cheap Jeep. So, alright, get stoked for the stuff that's going on this week. I'm fixing to kind of start working / start planning on what's going on with the Cosmo in the future. So I appreciate you guys' input, helping me decide between my first car, the silver car, and the Cosmo, which I think it'll be good to kind of lessen the fleet by one, and just have the Cosmo running and kind of just keep that car around just because. So get stoked for that. The Jeep's perfect. I mean, you can't beat $600, $700, $1,000, whatever. Cheap daily status is always the way to go. When you got a cheap daily, you can afford to play with other expensive hobbies and cars like this. You can afford to go ride bikes. You can afford to do all sorts of stuff. You do have to keep a little bit set aside so you can fix it if you want, or if it's too expensive, you go get another cheap daily. So, with that, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had noticed that we did have some guys you know, on YouTube you can see who subscribes from what, or not who subscribes. On YouTube you can see how many subscribers you get per video. So like the old videos I have of the Jeep from like a year ago, you know, there's some of you here that saw that video and subscribed. So this is for you. Figured we'd share the love, give you a 1-year update, 30,000 miles. The Jeep is a ripper. And ultimate level of storage. When you can fit, if you guys can see it because of the lighting, 2 full bikes, my dog and me and all my stuff in the back of the Jeep. It's sick. So, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Keep it rad.